In 1913, the Canadian Pacific Railway opened a massive grain elevator in Transcona, Manitoba, Canada, not too far outside of Winnipeg. It was a huge grain elevator, 65 silos made to hold 1 million bushels of grain. Quite a feat of engineering, or so people thought. It looked great. It was concrete, fully reinforced, strong. They loaded it with grain, and within 24 hours it began to sink because it was on clay. And it finally ended at a 28-degree angle from where it should have been. Very tilted. You know, it's so important that we get a foundation built. A foundation on God's Word, on who God is, on what He stands for, and that we live true to that foundation. But here's the encouraging thing. Maybe you haven't had that foundation. Maybe your life is already tilted. Maybe things are already going wrong. You know, people spent 10 months on that grain elevator. They elevated it. They lifted it back up. They put in footers that would hold it up straight. And they succeeded. They were able to repair that grain elevator, that massive building, all by hand, with much work, but they got it done. And God will do the same thing for a life that's already wrecked, for a life that's already messed up, a life that never did get a foundation. He'll help you. He'll come alongside and help you to rebuild your life, to get it the way that is pleasing to Him. Encouraging thought for the morning. I know it's encouraging to me. There's times in life where we know we need to get our foundation deeper, stronger. That's what times like this in our country are, times where God is moving, God is working, and it's time for us to step into it, time for us to let Him help us to get our foundations a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger. We don't know what kind of loads we're going to have to carry as the days move forward. But if our life is based on Him, with Him as our firm foundation, we'll do fine with His help. Have a good day.